Sacred Soul Sanctuary presents Soul Healing Poetry. Assalamu alaikum, dear souls, and peace to every soul who has found their way here. In the name of the one who softens, opens, and awakens the human heart. Welcome to Soul Healing Poetry. I am Ghulama Mustafa, and this is a space for gentle reflection, spiritual nourishment, and the healing whispers of Rumi poetry. Here, the heart is invited to speak, and the soul is invited to listen. Dear souls, to episode 22, Soul Healing Poetry. Now take a moment, wherever you are right now. Maybe you're driving, walking, or just sitting quietly with yourself. Let this space be where you don't need to have it all together. There's nothing you need to fix in this moment, nothing you need to figure out. Just arrive. Today, I want to share a short poem by Maulana Rumi. And more importantly, I want to sit with it with you, not as something to analyze, but something to feel. Where there is ruin, there is hope for treasure. Why do you not seek the treasure in the desolate heart? The broken heart is the place of entry. Sit with those who know this secret. Give your life to the one who already owns your breath. Do not turn away from pain. It is the doorway for healing. What you seek is seeking you. And there's a moment we all experience at the same point, when something in life doesn't go the way we expected. Maybe it's a relationship ending, a message that never comes, a plan that completely falls apart, and you're left there sitting, thinking, why is this happening? Or even, why do always things go wrong? We're taught to see these moments as failures, as something to move past as quickly as possible. But what if these moments aren't empty? What if they're actually full? I remember speaking to someone who went through a very difficult breakup. At the time, all they could feel was loss. But months later, they said, that was the moment I finally slowed down. The moment I started to listen to myself again. The moment I realized how much I had been ignoring. So what felt like ruin became a turning point. So gently ask yourself, what in my life right now feels like it's falling apart? And instead of pushing it away, can I sit with it just for a moment? There's also quieter forms of ruin. They're not dramatic. They're not visible to others. But just those moments at night when everything goes quiet and something inside you feels heavy. You don't always know why. So you reach for your phone and you distract yourself or tell yourself it's nothing. But what if that quiet heaviness is trying to tell you something? Not something to scare you, but something to guide you. So ask yourself, what am I avoiding in these quiet moments? What comes up when everything else is still? Now, there's many people that will hold space for you, but not everyone understands this kind of inner work. Some people will tell you, just move on or stay positive. And while they mean well, it can feel like there's no space for what you're actually feeling. But then there are those rare people, the ones who don't rush you, who don't try to fix you, who just sit with you as you are. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's a sibling or a mentor, or maybe just someone who once said the right thing to you at the right time. Ask yourself, who in my life makes me feel safe to be real? And gently, am I giving myself enough of that same space? Letting go of control. There's so much we try to hold on to. Plans, expectations, outcomes. We tell ourselves, if I can just figure this out, everything will feel okay. But life has a way of reminding us that not everything is in our control. And sometimes that's where the relief is. Think about a time when something didn't go your way, but later it made sense or led you somewhere unexpected. but it was much better. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to too tightly right now? And what might happen if I loosened that grip even slightly? Not turning towards the pain. Most of us don't like pain. We avoid it, we delay it, we distract ourselves from it. But have you heard the saying, pain has purpose? Because it points to something that needs attention within yourself. Like when you realize something someone said and stayed with you longer than you expected. Or when you admit, that actually hurt me more than I wanted to acknowledge. Healing doesn't begin when pain disappears. It actually begins when we face it. Gently ask yourself, is there something I've been pretending doesn't affect me? And what would it feel like to acknowledge it honestly? You're not alone in this. There's a feeling we all experience at times, that we're searching for peace, for clarity, for something that feels right. But have you ever noticed that sometimes, just when you feel lost, something shifts? Conversation, a moment of clarity, a sense of calm you didn't expect. Almost like something is meeting you halfway. Ask yourself, what am I really searching for right now? And can I consider that maybe I am not alone in that search as I think? Here is my own poetic reflection. When I had nothing left but you, when everything left, I thought I was alone. When the voices faded and the world became quiet, I did not know where to turn. The things I once relied on could no longer hold me, and my heart felt like an empty room. But in that emptiness, I whispered your name, not perfectly, not eloquently, but just honestly. God, and something shifted, not outside, but within. A stillness, a presence, a quiet knowing that I was never abandoned, only brought back to the one who had always been near. And I realized what I thought was loss was an invitation to know you without distraction. I'll let that poem sink in for a while. Now, the broken heart is the place of God's entry. In spirituality, a softened heart is not weakness, it is openness. Because a heart has been humbled, a heart that can receive. It can receive guidance. It can receive mercy. It can receive light. And sometimes God breaks what is hard so that something softer may emerge. Every breath you take is already sustained by the divine. So surrender is not loss, it's alignment. It is saying, I trust you even when I don't understand. And many of you must have found the pain is always a path back to the divine. So do not turn away from pain. Pain can do one or two things. Now, it can close your heart and harden you, or it can return to the divine and soften you. And when you allow it to soften instead of harden, it becomes a path. You hear of many people, and maybe you are one, that turns their pain into purpose, and it becomes healing for others. This is where the light is entering, and what you seek is seeking you. Now, the peace you long for is not far. The divine is never far. Your longing itself is a sign that you are being drawn closer. Now, let's close gently. Sit comfortably. Place your hand on your heart. Feel the breath as a gift from the divine. So, inhale through your nose for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold for 2. Now, release on 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing tension into his care. Let's do that one more time. Inhale through the nose for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold and release. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your heart rest here and gently open your eyes. The place that feels like ruin may be the very place where the divine is inviting you closer. Not away, but deeper. Stay there gently. Until next Friday, we meet again. As we come to the end of this sacred moment, Let your heart carry what you felt today. And join me next Friday for another journey into the soul. More Maulana Rumi poetry, more whispers, more guidance for the heart. Until then, keep following the light within.